Welcome to Shut Eye Theater. I got a fun one. See, this dream started out where I was just observing. I was seeing it, so I wasn't participating in this one. And it was fun. Let me tell you about it. So, this dream all started where I got to witness a group of about 5 scientists that were tracking a parallel universe, a universe near ours. They could see it even. And they're like, we need to get in there. We need to go visit this universe that is right next to ours. So they start devising a way to get there while it's passing close by so they can be able to visit and do experiments, see what's going on. Eventually they were able to open up a portal through careful evaluation and building to be able to make it happen. They open the portal, and they pass through into the other dimension of this universe. But what they did not expect is once they passed into this universe, they were in the same room they were in. It looked exactly the same, but faded. And as they went around, they noticed that everything that was in their office, their space, was all there. When they went outside, everything that was on the street that they had their office building was there. Cars even were there. Bicycles. Restaurants. Even food was all there. Just slightly faded. Just slightly off. Not quite the same. The one thing that they did notice that was different, so there's no animals, there's no bugs, and there's no people. And the other thing that was off was that there was things that didn't exist in our world. Yes, everything that was in our world was there verbatim. Exactly down to the minute detail was there. But then they saw things that just did not exist in our world, such as a 400-meter tall building, the tallest building that could possibly ever be constructed on Earth. A flying city that doesn't even exist. They even saw things from movies existing there. An X-Wing fighter from Star Wars. A Stargate from Stargate TV show. They saw all sorts of things. They couldn't figure out what was going on. And they decided, since it was off, not quite normal, they needed to get back to their own reality, to where they can then do experiments from the other side where they knew it was safer, because they don't know what's going on in this place. So, they tried to go back. When they got back to the office space where they had and found exact replica of the portal they used to get there, it was off, not working anymore. Someone must have bumped into it on the other side or turned it off. Or the universes became slightly not aligned anymore. They don't know which one it was. They were stuck in this universe. Luckily for them, as I already mentioned, there was already food, so they could eat. There's places for them to sleep. They could even go sleep in their own apartments, which they did, and come to work every day. Plenty of vehicles for them to drive, even vehicles that don't exist in our place, that they could take a joyride in. It wouldn't surprise me if one of them even took advantage of flying the Millennium Falcon. It was there. Why not? They had plenty of time to do experiments. And the one thing that they found intriguing is that as they were there, whatever they thought of would magically appear. And when it appeared, if they thought of making alterations to it or making changes to it, it would shift and altered based on what they thought. They found that things would pop in and disappear all the time throughout this whole planet. They had time to be able to visit everywhere, by the way. And they started to realize that this universe was more of a cognitive universe. Whatever anyone imagined would pop into this reality, as if it is a spiritual format of what will eventually be created. The things that were stable, that stayed there, that weren't real, were things that were eventually drawn down to a finite detail on plans or in scripts or other formats. So once they were concrete established in the imagination, they did not disappear anymore. That 400-meter tall building was someone's brainchild of what would it take to make the tallest building in the world. They found out. And that's why it's still there, in this realm of imagination, of cognitive abilities. So the scientists found that they were able to do a wide range of experiments, being able to think up anything they want, to do tests there. They needed a tool. All they had to do was think it. They needed extra food. All they had to do was think it. Try a new flavor of ice cream. They thought it up. Eventually, in about 5 years, with imagining all the tools they need, they were able to discover that they were just slightly out of phase. And in 5 years, they'd be close enough again to where they could open up the portal that already existed on their end to be able to get back. And they planned to bring all sorts of new inventions with them that they thought of while they were there. Once they were in line, they were able to open the portal that grabbed all their new inventions and went through. But as they came back to our reality, they found that nothing from that reality could cross over. What should they do? They had all sorts of inventions that they were able to perfect because they were able to shortcut the manufacturing of them. They were still up in here, so they were still able to make them and still make quite a profit in the process. They found a portal, or created a portal, to a spiritual realm where cognitively they could think up anything. And that realm existed based on just what people thought up. Nothing in this world existed without being there first. That's where I roughly woke up. This was a really fun dream that I had of a potential place where things exist first before they are made here. And it's just kind of a fun concept to process and dream about. And it's fun seeing these scientists get trapped and have to figure out how to get back. Have you ever had a fun dream where things were malleable as this dream was? It would have been fun if I was participating in this dream instead of just observing, to where I could have taken advantage of the malleability of that dream. But unfortunately, I just got to see it. Either way, share in the comments. What's your fun, most malleable dream you've ever had? Of a dream of impossible things that happened that you got to observe. Put it down in the comments, and we will see you next time. And until then, sleep tight.